What if Earth had not one moon, but two? It sounds like a small change, but adding a second moon would reshape almost every part of our world. The sky, the oceans, the weather, the seasons, and even human civilization would shift in ways we've never experienced. So let's explore what our planet would really look like if two moons were orbiting above us. Imagine stepping outside on a normal night. The sky feels familiar. You know the look of our single moon. But now imagine seeing two bright moons moving side by side or drifting on opposite ends of the sky. Nights would be much brighter. In some places, nighttime darkness would almost disappear. People could walk around without artificial lights. But this new brightness comes at a cost. Animals that depend on darkness for hunting or hiding would struggle to adapt. Predators would stay active longer. Prey would have fewer places to avoid danger. The balance of nature would shift. Now think about the tides. Our tides today are created mostly by the pull of one moon. With two moons, the tide system becomes more extreme and much more complicated. When both moons line up on the same side of Earth, their combined gravity would trigger massive supertides. These waves could rise far higher than what we see today, and coastal flooding could become a regular part of life. Many of the world's largest coastal cities would need new seawalls or even relocation. But when the moons pull in opposite directions, tides could weaken dramatically. This would change the behavior of marine life. Fish migrations, coral reefs, and ocean currents would all be affected. And when ocean currents change, climate patterns change too. Over hundreds or thousands of years, Earth could develop new climate zones simply because of the moons. Earth's rotation would also feel the effect. Our moon already slows down the Earth's spin over millions of years. A second moon would speed up that process. Days would slowly grow longer, not just by a few seconds, but eventually by minutes and then hours. Longer days mean hotter afternoons and colder nights. Weather patterns would shift. Human activities would adjust around a new kind of daily cycle. Plants, animals, and even future generations of people would evolve with a different sense of time. Human history would also be very different. Ancient civilizations built their cultures around the moon. They created myths, calendars, celebrations, and scientific observations based on a single moon cycle. With two moons in the sky, those patterns would be far more complex. New myths would form. Entire religions might develop around the idea of two celestial guardians. Farmers would track two cycles instead of one. Sailors and explorers would use the moons to navigate differently. The story of humanity might be completely rewritten. But two moons also create a serious risk. For this system to remain stable, the moons must orbit at safe distances from each other. If they drift too close, their gravitational pull could pull them out of alignment. Over long periods of time, even small changes could lead to big problems. If the moons ever crossed paths, they could collide or rip each other apart. A shattered moon would create a massive ring of debris around Earth. Over time, pieces of that debris would fall into our atmosphere as meteor storms. A large enough impact could wipe out entire regions or even trigger a mass extinction event. Even without a collision, two moons would influence Earth's tilt. Our current moon helps stabilize the tilt of our planet. With two moons, the balance becomes unpredictable. Earth could wobble more from year to year. Seasons would shift more violently. Some regions might experience intense winters, while others could become much hotter than they are today. Weather would feel less stable, less predictable, and much harder for humans to adapt to. But a world with two moons wouldn't be all negative. It could also spark creativity and discovery. A double moon sky would inspire artists, writers, and scientists. Astronomy might advance faster because people would be fascinated by the unique movement of two moons. Space exploration could become a bigger priority. Humanity might dream even bigger, reaching for the moons as destinations for research, mining, or future colonies. A second moon could push our imagination further than ever before. So, what if Earth had two moons? Nights would be brighter. Tides would grow stronger and more unpredictable. Days would slowly become longer. The climate would shift. Wildlife would evolve differently. Human culture and history would take a totally different path. And the planet would face new risks and new opportunities. Two moons would reshape Earth more dramatically than almost any other change we can imagine. Beautiful, dangerous, mysterious. This is what our world might become if Earth had two moons.